Okay, James, thank you very much. It is Lady Cat softball tonight against the Hughes Springs Mustangs, and we are moments away from the start of tonight's non-district game. Lady Cat softball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. Lady Cats come into the game tonight with a 12-2 record. They lost only their second game of the year yesterday in a game at Farmersville. 2-0 was the final there. Hughes Springs is 7-3, but some of their games are unreported to Max Preps, so we're not sure about that, but we know 7-3. And we now have the national anthem from Lady Cat Park. All right, as we were saying, Hughes Springs coming in with, as best we know, a 7-3 record. They defeated Hawkins 14-0 in the most recent game that we have a score on, and that was a 14-0 win for Hughes Springs. Last season, they were 21-13-1 with an 8-3 record in district play. They lost to Queen City in 2 games in by-district, and those scores were 1-0 and 1-0. 2 1-0 pitcher duels in that by-district best-of-3 series, and Hughes Springs went out. But point, Tony, is I think Hughes Springs has a pretty competitive softball program here.
If they've got a record like that, then that's we'll see what's going on, because we know what we've got. And I was talking to you during the introductions that we got a whole bunch of folks back from last year, so we should be ready to roll.
Hannah Speed, probably most notably, the sophomore pitcher. She was just a freshman last year, hard to believe, but she is on the mound, or not on the mound, but in the circle here for the Lady Cats tonight. And Hannah Speed, so far this season, 4-0 with a 2.19 ERA. She has pitched 32 innings. Tony, she has struck out 63.
I don't doubt that.
In 32 innings, so almost
2 an inning.
2 an inning, right? And she's walked 22.
That's surprising, but that it's early in the year, so not as surprising. So we're ready to go.
Springs is the one of Hannah Speed batting first for Hughes
Lady Cats around the infield. Had to make a change to my roster. Tony helped me with that earlier, so let me check on this. Shaylee Friddle, a freshman, is at third base. Baylor Boatman is behind the plate. I had originally Baylor Boatman at third. Here's the first pitch by Speed to the hitter Claire Robinson for Hughes Springs, and she fouls it back. It's an 0-1 count. So Emerson Thompson at shortstop, Presley Smith at second, Abby Goldsmith at first for Sulphur Springs. In the outfield, Braylee Blevins in left, Allison Frazier in center. Here's the next pitch. It's high for a ball, 1-1. KK Montgomery, the electric KK Montgomery in right field.
My spark plug.
And Baylor Boatman, as we already told you, is behind the plate, moving from third base last season. 1-1 pitch, line drive to left field. Wow. Struck with authority there. Past the third baseman, Shaylee Friddle. And so the first batter of the ballgame is on base here for Hughes Springs.
Nice shot. Friddle almost got that. Friddle stands probably 5'10" or better. So if you hit a line drive right there, if she's got quick enough hands, she's going to have some range and help us.
Just a freshman, but yeah, you're right. She's a tall young lady, and she's approaching 6 feet. I would guess. Here's a bunt, and a beautiful bunt in front of the plate. And Boatman up with it, goes to first base. Or was it the second baseman covering there?
Second baseman.
So that goes 2-4. Beautiful sacrifice by Annie Sulphur, and she got it to die about 3 or 4 feet just to the right of home plate.
It actually died a little quicker than she wanted to. Boatman did a good job. I'm anxious to watch Boatman at catcher because she was an outstanding third baseman. She's used to blocking everything. Yep. She's quick. She's strong. So I'm excited about her.
Madeline Derrick, the catcher, is the hitter with a runner at second base and 1 out. She fouls the first pitch off to the left side, and it's 0-1. Madeline Derrick, and at second base right now, Claire Robinson with a hard hit single to start the ball game.
Got pretty well straight away outfield.
And Speed with the pitch. There's a fastball for a strike on the outside part of the plate, and the count goes to 0-2. Lady Cats Park, beautiful place for high school softball. Nice crowd on hand. Speed looking in for the sign, then stands up. I think she's looking into the dugout. Maybe
they call every pitch from the dugout.
Maybe they changed the pitch there.
Yeah.
0-2. And it looks like she took something off of that one, and it's high for a ball, and it is 1-2.
That wasn't going to be close to the zone. That was a fishing pitch.
Down the line, 200 feet to left and right, 203 to center field. Almost exactly the same measurement wherever you go in the park, slightly farther to center field. There's a call, strike 3. Outside edge. First strikeout for Hannah Speed tonight, and as we told you a few moments ago in the pregame, she is averaging about 2 strikeouts per inning.
That means Sadie Golden's in trouble.
Sadie Golden, the cleanup hitter, the center fielder for Hughes Springs, with a runner at second base and 2 out. Pitch by Speed. Must be low. Looked like it was over the plate, but apparently low. 4-1. No score, top of the first inning. Golden stands about midway in the batter's box. She is a right-handed batter against the right-hander, Hannah Speed. And the pitch, Golden a little bit late, sends it foul out of play down the right field line. And the count goes to 1-1 to Sadie Golden.
Emerson Thompson keeps sneaking in. She's basically at the baseline whenever that pitch is thrown, so she's not going to let that, looks like a quick runner, get there.
Pitch way up high over the helmet of Golden. And the count goes to 2-1 on the center fielder for the Hughes Springs Mustangs. I'm not sure if they're Lady Mustangs or not.
I don't know. I would assume, but
a lot of schools are getting away from that. We'll look at the front of their jerseys here in a little bit. There's a call strike right over the center of the plate. And the count at 2-2 to Sadie Golden. Lady Cats with a great season in 24. 4 rounds deep into the playoffs. And a swing and a miss. She took something off of that one. It was out of the strike zone, but Golden could not lay off. And there's that second strikeout of the inning, Tony.
Yep, and a pitching.
And
she went fishing.
They leave that runner at second base. So we go to the bottom of the first. It's no score for Hughes Springs. Lady Cats coming to bat. This is Lady Cat Softball on KSST. Lady Cat Softball on KSST. I'm John Mark Dempsey. Along with Tony Flippin, Matt Jansen is our technical director and video producer tonight. This game is streaming on YouTube if you would like to watch it as we go along here tonight. And James Terry is our producer in the KSST studio. Lady Cats will be sending up the pitcher, Hannah Speed, as the leadoff hitter. She'll be followed by Braylee Blevins, the left fielder, and Shaylee Friddle, the freshman third baseman, who has some really impressive numbers we'll tell you about when she comes up to bat.
When you got a freshman in your number 3 hole at this early in the season, that's kind of like our pitcher that started in baseball, Carpenter.
Right.
Gives us a little bit of hope.
Deacon Carpenter impressed us a lot Tuesday night. I guess that was Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, yeah.
Wildcats 11-7 win over North Lamar, both pitching and at the plate. So Hannah Speed batting .500.
That's a pretty good lead.
Actually, I've got her 13 for 22, so one of those is wrong, but we go ahead and say 500. She takes a call strike on the first pitch. But she has 5 doubles, a triple, and 2 RBIs. Right-handed batter stands up near the front of the box. And this pitch is down and in for ball 1.
Billings looks like she's got some pretty good mechanics for Hughes Spring.
Addison Billings is the starting pitcher for the Mustangs, and she is not a big girl by any means. Gathers herself, and the pitch to Hannah Speed, and she hits it foul out of play down the right field line. Count goes to 1-2.
Ball's getting there pretty quick. Lady Cats better be ready. Looks like center field and right field are in just a little. Left field's a little bit deeper. Pretty well straight away, but they're trying to cut off a bloop.
1-2 pitch. Way up high for a ball, and it is 2-2. Claire Robinson at third, Annie Sulphur at short, A.T. Perry at second, Shaylee Johnson at first base for Hughes Springs. 2-2 pitch coming now. And there's a fastball above the belt, and
the Hughes Springs fans beg to differ.
Right, there was some hesitation there.
I'm thinking that Hannah Speed's on borrowed time right now, so let's see what she does with it.
3-2 pitch. Hannah Speed leading off the game for Sulphur Springs, and she swings and sends it into the net behind home plate. And the count holds at 3-2. In the outfield, Katie Daniels in left, Sadie Golden in center, Teresa Danley in right. Madeline Derrick is the catcher for Hughes Springs. 3-2. No score. Bottom of the first inning. And there's ball 4 high. So Speed draws a walk. Fouled off several pitches there. And finally, Billings on 3-2. Delivers a pitch up and away, and we will have a courtesy runner here for the pitcher, Hannah Speed.
22, that's going to be Emily Adamson.
Emily Adamson will run. I think we'll likely see that all night.
Should, and for Boatman as well, be a possibility, although Boatman's a very aggressive base runner. He may want to leave her out there. We'll have to wait and see.
Braylee Blevins, the left fielder, stands at the very front of the batter's box and tries to put down a bunt, but she fouls it back. And so it's 0-1 to Braylee Blevins. And Blevins, a .250 hitter in the early going, 3 for 12 with a double and an RBI.
Tell you what, that third baseman's going to be able to take the ball out of her hand if she charges again.
She is about 15 feet in from the bag.
Yeah, and charging. There.
She fouls the next pitch back, and it's 0-2. Yeah, that is just, I tell you.
I had quick hands. I don't want to be up there. I could protect myself, but now I know why the pitcher and the third baseman wear masks, because they usually charge.
Well, she is not wearing a mask. Yeah,
she's tougher than me.
0-2 pitch, and she hits it up the middle for a base hit. And Adamson will have to stop at second as the center fielder, Sadie Golden, comes up with it quickly. And the Lady Cats have their first 2 batters on base here.
And here comes the freshman. Let's see what we've got.
Shaylee Friddle, the third baseman, is the hitter, number 3 batter in the order. She is a .458 hitter, 11 for 24.
It seems like we have a freshman every year that comes in and takes a spot on the varsity.
Yeah.
So this is her.
She has 5 doubles. She has a home run to her credit.
Really? Well, with that arch, she should be able to.
6 RBIs. And the first pitch she fouls straight back, or was it a A missed.
It was just a high and they
pitch.
missed it, so everybody moved up.
Yeah, I thought it was a foul, but
took the force away. No, she just didn't catch up to it.
Yeah, the catcher, Madeline Derrick, let it get by her back to the screen.
So now we've got a fly ball opportunity, so we just need to put the ball in play, see what happens.
Call that a pass ball. 0-1, the count to Friddle. And she swings and fouls it back into the net, and the count at 1-1. Yeah, so Friddle, the freshman, a .458 hitter in the early going for the Lady Cats. Runners at second and third, nobody out. No score, bottom of the first inning from Lady Cat Park. Friddle waves the head of the bat around, and she hits it back up the middle on the ground, and it's through for a base hit. One run is in, and here comes the second run, and they both score standing up. And the Lady Cats take a 2-0 lead.
Yep, there we go. So the first audition looked good.
Yeah, 2 RBI there. And that will give her now 8 RBIs in the season. And now Baylor Boatman, who we are very familiar with.
Baylor Boatman, they better get ready to back up. And they have left fielders backed up some. Center fielder little. Right field's still about ready.
Lots of power there.
Yeah, she'll light it up.
All right, whoa, pitch way inside. I guess that caught her shoulder.
That hit her.
Mercy. So hit by the pitch.
So 4 straight getting on, 2 scored, and Miss Excitement coming. And we're going to have a little settle-down meeting at pitcher's mound.
Head coach for Hughes Springs, Tisha Thompson, whom we met before the game, very engaging young woman, out there in the pitcher circle with the other infielders besides the pitcher Addison Billings. KK Montgomery coming up, and had a lot of exciting moments last season with KK.
A strikeout's exciting with her.
And 409 is her batting average right now. 9 for 22. 4 doubles. She has a homer. That might be an inside the park homer, knowing her.
She's got the power to put it out, though.
Yeah.
She is some player.
And 4 RBIs.
Don't think I don't like the rest of them, but I was glad to see her when I looked out there.
It's a little extra electricity about her somehow. She's batting 5th in the order. She is the right fielder.
So we've got a force situation if it's on the ground. No outs, so we got a tag.
Runners at first and second. Nobody out. There's a call strike. That's a generous call, I would say, on the outside edge of the plate.
That's one of my batter's box strikes, but she called one on them, too. So we're even.
Outfield, medium depth, and straight away. And Montgomery hits a line drive right at the second baseman, and they're going to double off Baylor Boatman at first base.
That's just rub of the draw right there. There's a well-hit ball, and if it was hit 3 feet anywhere else, it's a base hit and an RBI.
A.T. Perry, the second baseman, snagged it, made the throw over to Shaylee Johnson at first base. And now all of a sudden 2 out with a runner at second.
15 of
Emerson Thompson, the shortstop, coming up for Sulphur Springs. And the pitch, fouled back. 0-1 the count to the Lady Cat shortstop.
We're having a lot of strikes thrown on both sides. Billings is showing her worth, and so we may have a very closely knit ball game tonight.
Swinging and fouling it back over the roof. And it's 0-2 to Emerson Thompson.
We need to go up there ready to swing the bat, which that's a fun type to be. Keep the action moving. Runner at second is going to be going on the crack, so a base hit should score a run.
Lady Cats lead it 2-0. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and there's a call strike 3 on the outside edge. So Addison Billings with a rough start, but she settles down and she gets that line drive double play that really helped her out a lot. And that's the inning for the Lady Cats, but they do score 2 runs, and we go to the top of the second inning, and it's 2-0 Sulphur Springs. It's Lady Cat softball on KSST. And we go to the top of the second inning here. Hughes Springs will send up Addison Billings, the pitcher, number 5 hitter in the order. Shaylee Johnson, the first baseman, and Tessa Danley, the right fielder, to face Hannah Speed, who pitched out of some trouble there in the first inning. The leadoff hitter Claire Robinson hit a ringing single to left field and was sacrificed to second base by Annie Sulphur. But then Hannah Speed struck out Madeline Derrick and Sadie Golden to get out of trouble. And we go now to the top of the second with the Lady Cats leading 2-0.
Sun has gone down just enough that nobody's fighting the sun now. We're working on lights. Still very comfortable out here. Come on out if you're close. A lot of ball game left.
Nice place to watch a game.
It is a really neat park. Very cozy.
Hannah Speed into the wide, and she whips the arm through her motion there and misses high for ball one. Speed again 4-0 for the season, a 2.19 ERA, 63 strikeouts and 32 innings pitched. There's a call strike, and we were told by our public address announcer, Chris Tangi, at the end of the first inning that Hannah Speed now has 199 career strikeouts, so the next strikeout will be her 200th. 1-1 pitch. There's a changeup.
Very wide outside strike by the umpire.
Yeah. I got to be careful not to call strikes myself here.
I don't like that. Those are almost not hittable balls. They're going to be right on the end of the bat.
0-2 count now.
She was fixing to there.
That just was off the plate, but not much farther outside than the pitch before, and maybe not as much. 1-2. That might have been a makeup call, Tony.
No, it was the right call. It was still outside.
1-2. That's way inside. And now it's 2-2 to Addison Billings, the pitcher for Hughes Springs. Hughes Springs and these teams look very similar, dark.
Yep.
Either black or navy blue uniforms. Their colors, I think, are red and blue. There's a pitch.
I thought that was 3-2, so there's a walk.
Inside, all right. So there's a base on balls for Hannah Speed.
They didn't put it up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I had 3 balls on the score sheet here.
So each team with a walk, but Hughes Springs has hit a batter.
Yep.
And both leadoff hitters have reached on Hannah.
Shaylee Johnson, the first baseman, and she is a big girl.
Yes, she is.
She's, I'm sure, over 6 feet. There's a call strike. On the outside part of the plate, fastball from Hannah Speed. Right-handed batter, Shaylee Johnson. Classic first baseman build.
Mm-hmm.
Midway in the box, swung on and missed. There's strike 2, 0-2 the count. And again, the next strikeout for Hannah Speed will be her 200th career strikeout, and she's just a sophomore, folks.
Well, the way the calls have been going, I'd say Baylor's fixing to jump outside, and we're going to have a little breaking ball into left-hander's batter's box.
And this 0-2 pitch was on the outside part of the plate, but Johnson got the end of the bat on it, fouled it straight back over the roof.
She's seen it, too. She better be ready. Everybody better be ready now.
Infield looking for the double play. Of course, in softball, there's not as a pronounced difference in the positioning of the shortstop and second baseman as you will see in baseball.
I'm going to say this is the best chance we've got. She's got a big knee brace on there, and she's a big girl, so I'm not figuring, bless her heart, she'd beat me. But
a pitch way up high for a ball, and it is 1-2. No, I don't think she's one of the speedier Mustangs.
But she may be the most powerful.
Yeah, she definitely would think have some power. 1-2 the count. Speed, pitch inside, up around the letters.
That wasn't far off.
Goes to 2-2.
So far, the umpire has not given the inside strike near like she's given the outside strike.
Right. Lady Cats lead at 2-0. Runner at first. Nobody out here in the top of the second inning. 2-2 the count. And the pitch is down for ball 3. Yeah, I thought it caught the outside edge of the plate.
Yeah, I think that one was okay side to side. I think it was just a little down. So let's see if Hannah digs deep and just says, mano a mano, I'm better than you.
3-2 pitch.
So that's what little do. I thought that was it.
I did. I thought that was a strike. Must have been low.
Yeah, Baylor couldn't pick it up either, so it had to be low.
So there's 2 walks allowed by Hannah Speed here this inning.
And she's not normally a pitcher that walks a lot. She throws a hittable pitch and has good defense behind her, so hopefully that's not going to be a trend.
Tessa Danley, the right fielder, stepping in with runners at first and second and nobody out. Lady Cats leading 2-0. And she turns on this one but sends it foul down the left field line. But hit well.
Hit well. She got around on it. It still fisted her a little, but shows that she can get there. I'd like to see Miss Fred'll get about one more step in toward the line there after she did that. I want to cut off that double.
She's about 10 feet in front of the bag toward the plate, but she's about, again, maybe 10 feet off the line. At shortstop, Emerson Thompson and Presley Smith just behind the baseline, with nobody out and runners at first and second. And here's a bunt out in front of the plate. Hannah Speed going to field it, and she goes to the second baseman, Presley Smith, covering for the first out. So a beautiful sacrifice there. 1-4.
Runners up.
Number 3, AJ Perry.
Billings goes to third. Johnson goes to second. A.T. Perry, the second baseman, is the hitter. Lady Cats leading 2-0, but that could change very quickly.
We'll see if they doesn't look like they're really bringing the infield in. Second baseman Smith is not very deep, but she's regular where she normally plays.
Right-handed batter with a crouching stance, and the first pitch is inside for ball 1. So Hannah battling with her control a little bit here in the second inning.
So I'm thinking that pitch is better than some that have been called. I don't know if she's calling it up or in, because I don't think it was in.
Perry about midway in the batter's box. And the pitch by Speed there, that one's in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate. 1-1.
No forces in effect here. We got second and third, nobody out, or one out. So we got to make sure if we throw, we got to tag. No, don't get caught in the force.
Pitch swung on and hit foul down the right field line, out of play. Count at 1-2 to A.T. Perry. Hughes Springs, again, as best we know, is 7-3, but we get our information from Max Preps, and there were some games where the score had not been reported. We know they beat Hawkins 14-0 on March 3rd. And this pitch hit foul to the left side. The shortstop Emerson Thompson giving chase along with third baseman Shaylee Friddle, but it's on the roof of the Lady Cat dugout.
I forgot how quick Emerson is. She was over there in plenty of time.
Yep. Yeah, she could have made the play.
That girl can fly.
Yeah, we saw that a lot last year.
We did. A lot. We get on the base. We were fun. I think we're going to be just about as fun this year.
1-2 pitch. One out with the sacrifice, and this pitch is outside.
So she needs to come in with a swinging pitch right here and not go full, because she hadn't always come through on that 3-2 pitch so far. So
you know, she got 2 strikeouts to end the first inning with a runner at second base. So let's see if she can duplicate that here. 2-2 pitch. It's way up high, up around the shoulders, and it goes to 3-2 on A.T. Perry.
We've got some extra blues coming in that's finished their game. They're going to critique these two.
And a 3-2 pitch fell back into the net behind the plate.
That might have gotten Matt if it hadn't been a screen there.
Lady Cats in their dark home uniforms. I think those are like the basketball team that they wear on the road. I think those are black, more or less.
Yep, I think so.
They have royal blue numbers outlined in gold.
It seems like a lot of teams now are just using black as opposed to their school colors.
Yep. 3-2, and again, she's hanging tough. She fouls it out of play over the roof. Well, they do have the blue and gold, but on top of the black.
Yep.
Lady Cats in block letters across the front. As we said, Hughes Springs, very similar look, but they're colors are red and blue. You see the red stockings there prominently with Hughes Springs, and there's a pitch way up out of the strike zone, and we don't normally see a pitch like that from
She tried a change up there, and it just didn't have a release point.
Third walk of the inning, and the base is loaded with one out, and Katie Daniels, the number 9 hitter in the batting order and the left fielder here for Hughes Springs, stepping up.
That's not 100% bad. Now we've got a force everywhere, and we've got the infield fly rule. So as long as we make them hit the ball, keep it in the infield, we got a good chance to get an out here.
Daniels, a right-handed batter, swings on the first pitch, which was in, and she hit it on the fist, and it's off the roof of the batting cage down the left side. 0-1.
They're swinging good and early right now.
Billings at third, the pitcher. Shaylee Johnson at second, and A.T. Perry at first, all with walks.
Yep.
Tessa Daniels laid down a sacrifice that moved the first 2 runners up. There's a call strike. That looked like a fastball, caught the outside part of the plate, and it's 0-2 on Katie Daniels, and Hannah Speed badly in need of a strikeout here.
Yep, this would be a good place for a number 200, and I'd stick right on that outside like she is. That's been the umpire's most consistent call.
Daniels in open stance, stands at the back of the box, and she swings and misses at a fastball, and the throw down to first base. Not in time as the runner diving back in there, but that's the third strikeout, and that will be the 200th career strikeout then for.
There it is. That's a good time for
Hannah Speed.
Second out of the inning, so now it's time to back to the top of the order, but it's time to lead the bases loaded.
Claire Robinson had that sharp single to start the ball game. Infield right around the edge of the baseline here. And a fastball swung on and missed. That one was up and a little bit outside, and Robinson could not lay off of it.
Yep.
With 2 out, Shaylee Friddle, the third baseman, standing just about even with the bag, maybe slightly behind it. Everybody else just behind the baseline. And the outfield fairly deep,
Yep.
And straight away.
I don't mind that. This girl hit the ball good the first time up. At 200 feet, it's not a great distance with these bats, and good ball.
This pitch hit foul down the first base line. Scoreboard again says 0-1, but I believe that's 0-2.
Yeah, it's going to be 0-2.
Yeah. So
you got a choice to try to hit that outside corner, which she's shown she can get the bat out, or if you want to jam her up front with that 0-2 pitch, but just don't hit her.
Bases loaded, 2 out, 0-2 count. That one's outside for ball 1.
Made her flinch, the umpire.
Lady Cats lead it 2-0, but Hughes Springs with a big threat here. They have walked, the bases loaded. But now 2 out.
One little put out will just mean there's still nothing.
1-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt, and it gets by Boatman, the catcher, and coming in to score on the wild pitch is Addison Billings. So it's 2-1 now, Sulphur Springs leading. That was in the dirt about 5 feet in front of Baylor Boatman.
So now we got no force anywhere.
Runners move up to second and third.
So that's 2-2 count now.
2-2. And she turns and hits this one into left field, and the left fielder for Sulphur Springs, Braylee Blevins, going to her right and makes that catch about 5 feet from the line.
That's a nice job there.
Nice running catch by Braylee Blevins.
Right on the line.
Hannah Speed pitches out of trouble, giving up only 1 run.
Yes, that's a good job.
Just being announced that Hannah Speed now has 200 career strikeouts.
1 run, no hits.
And Lady Cats hold on to that 2-1 lead, and now we go to the bottom of the second inning. This is Lady Cat softball on KSST. Lady Cat softball on KSST. The Lady Cats leading Hughes Springs 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the second inning. And the Lady Cats will send up Abby Goldsmith, the first baseman, Allison Frazier, the center fielder, and Maddie Dixon, the designated player, as they say in softball. Number 7, 8, and 9 in the batting order.
Springs is number 5, Abby Goldsmith.
Abby
the only
Goldsmith.
left-handed hitter in the ballpark today,
Yeah.
probably.
She's a senior now.
And she was a clutch hitter last year for sure.
Stands right at the front of the batter's box. And the first pitch from Addison Billings misses outside for ball 1. Goldsmith, a .368 hitter so far, 7 for 19. 1-0 pitch, also misses outside, and this one low. So it's 2-0.
She's crowding the front of the box and the plate. So far, Billings is working outside.
It's a player who bats at the front of the box like that, hoping to catch the break before it, breaking ball before it breaks.
And they just got quick hands. They're just throwing the head of the bat at it.
Yeah. She sends this next pitch into the net foul, so it's 2-1. Goldsmith 4 doubles. She has a homer.
She's got power.
And 7 RBIs.
Yeah, she's got power. And I haven't looked, so she can't take much of a step. A lot of these hitters now just kind of lift her foot and put it back down. I couldn't do that.
And a pitch outside for a ball, and it's 3-1 to Abby Goldsmith. As we say, she stands at the front of the box, and she has an open stance.
But she comes in toward the pitcher when she closes it as she swings.
And the wind and the pitch, that one's way off the plate. And Abby Goldsmith draws a walk for Sulphur Springs. That's the first walk allowed by Addison Billings, although she hit a batter in the first inning, Baylor Boatman. And
now
here
she walked Hannah Speed to lead the game up.
You're right.
I've got that as
you're right.
Which I've got 3, but I counted the hit batsman.
Right. Allison Frazier, the center fielder, 8th hitter in the order, up for Sulphur Springs. She swings and misses on the first pitch, so it's 0-1. Frazier hitting .455. But only 11 at bats, 5 hits and 11 at bats. Third baseman way in, and she catches that bunt and now throws over to first base to complete the double play. What a play by the third baseman, Claire Robinson, who was about halfway down the line.
And I'm watching Hannah because it looked like she kind of gave to her hip or her knee when she was trying to turn around. So hopefully she can shake that off and be ready. But, yeah, that's twice we've had balls caught, and we've just been in no man's land.
Up next is number 10, Maddie Dixon.
Robinson caught it and then threw back to first to Shaylee Johnson and doubled off Abby Goldsmith. So 2 out and nobody on for Sulphur Springs. And what a play here again by Claire Thompson as Maddie Dixon going the opposite way, a left-handed batter, and trying to go down the third base line, but the third baseman, Claire Robinson, going to her right, snags it, and that's the inning for Sulphur Springs. 2 great plays there by the third baseman to end the inning for Hughes Springs. Line drive, moving to her right. What a catch there.
That was exciting.
Great.
On the wrong side.
Great reaction. Lady Cats hold on to that 2-1 lead going to the top of the third. This is Lady Cat softball on KSST. Lady Cat softball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. The Lady Cats playing at home here tonight against Hughes Springs, lead it 2-1, going to the top of the third inning. And with the third inning play-by-play, here's Tony Flippin.
Okay, looks like we got a ball game here. 2-1, as John Mark said. We've got the number 2 hitter, Amy Sulphur, coming up first, then Madeline Derrick and Sadie Golden. Numbers 2, 3, and 4. Hannah Speed back out on the mound. I'm glad to see that. I was afraid she might have tweaked one of her legs there. So we're about ready to go. Infield staying just like they are, pretty well in the baselines. First pitch, she turns on, hits it to left field. Looks like it's going foul, but Emerson or Blevins was not able to catch it. She made a good run. That ball was hit pretty good. It was out in no man's corner. So an 0-1 count. So a few of these girls are going up there deciding they're going to swing, and they're throwing the bat at it pretty quick.
Yep.
Turning on it.
They have shown some power.
Here comes the second pitch, and a little changeup stayed high. 1-1.
Sulphur put down a very nice sacrifice bunt in the first inning.
She sure did.
In fact, they have 2 sacrifices. Both of them have been really well executed. That tells me they're well coached.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and it's down under Boatman's glove for a 2-1 count. Let's see if Hannah can straighten it up. And she's got to move the ball around a little, but you got to make it hittable. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fouled off to the right, line shot, so we're going to 2-2. These girls from Hughes Springs put the bat on the ball.
Yep. Tony, I heard about a game this afternoon I was telling you about. This was between Lake Highlands and Irving MacArthur. Wait for this pitch.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And there's a one-hopper to shortstop. Thompson, up a throw, pulled her off, and Goldsmith wasn't able to get back, and he had a speedy runner in Stonifer. So that's going to be an E5, E6.
You could almost say that she beat it out.
Yep.
But it's a tough call.
Yep, you got to go ahead and
we're going to call it E6
Yep.
then. Okay. This game between Lake Highlands and Irving MacArthur this week. Final score: Lake Highlands 48, Irving MacArthur 43. Can you believe that?
I'm glad we weren't calling that one. First pitch, there's a sacrifice bunt to third base. Goldsmith's off and makes the throw to the second baseman, Smith, for the first out. Runner moves to second. Stonifer. So that's a 3-4.
That's their third sacrifice bunt of the night.
Yeah, they play small ball, and I like seeing that. You got to play each one. Here comes Hannah's first pitch, a little high on Sadie Golden, the center fielder. And she struck out swinging. May have been struck out looking in the first.
I've got her striking out swinging.
Okay, I did, but I sometimes don't turn my K's right. There's a ball hit to the center fielder, moving back. She's got it. We've got a tag at second, throw into second. There's no chance to get her. So we've got, that was Sadie Golden. So she had a F8 for the second out. Good throw from Frazier to come in. There was absolutely no way to do anything to the runner at third. She's quick. So Addison Billings, the pitcher, coming up. She walked and scored the only run for Hughes Springs in the second inning. So runner at third, 2 outs. Cannot have a base hit or a bobble without giving up the run. Here comes the first pitch. Must have been low because it was good, side to side.
Billings has the only run of the ball game for Hughes Springs. She walked and finally scored on a wild pitch last inning.
There's a strike, a little bit on the outside corner. 1-1. That's the most consistent spot for this umpire, is on that outside corner.
And by the way, not that it matters, but we have a young woman who is the home plate umpire here tonight.
Getting more plentiful, but we're still short of umpires. So if you want to do it, go to it. That must have been low there for a 2-1. A little bit of a change there. Hannah's thrown 3 or 4 change-ups and hadn't hit the mark yet. So she's still working on that. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, runner at third. 2-1 ball game, Lady Cats winning. Here comes Hannah's pitch. That's on that outside corner that she's been very consistent with. So we go to a 2-2 count. Let's see if we can get out unscathed here.
2-1, Sulphur Springs leading.
Hannah's got the sign. Here comes the windup and the pitch. There's a ground ball between third and short, and that's a base hit, and that's going to score Stonifer. So that's a good job of hitting by Billings. Wasn't extremely hard hit, but it was perfectly placed. So we got us a 2-2 ball game with Shaylee Johnson coming up and Billings at first, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Billings test out Boatman's arm. She's pretty quick.
Yeah, with 2 out.
Yep, just see if they can manufacture, and I like that. First pitch, pop-up foul backwards, hits the screen. We got an 0-1 count.
in that Lake Highlands Irving MacArthur game, won 48-43 by Lake Highlands. Irving MacArthur scored 21 runs in 1 inning in that game.
Good Lord.
And Lake Highlands was 16 runs behind at one point. 48-43. Neither team must have had any pitching at all.
Yeah. There's a ball hit out in the right field. KK Montgomery looks like she's got it, and she does. She squeezes it, so that's an F9 for the third out. We're going to leave one on base. So we got 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. So at the end of 3, it's 2-2. We got a new ball game.
Lady Cats softball coming up and returning right after this on KSST. Lady Cats softball on KSST. Hughes Springs has come from behind to tie the score here at 2-2. And we are going to the bottom of the 3rd inning with the top of the order coming up for Sulphur Springs. And once again, with the play-by-play, here's Tony Flippin.
No, I think we got, is this Presley Smith? We haven't gotten our designated player. No, number 1, Hannah.
Yeah, I had it.
There we go.
Presley Smith is
you're right.
the second baseman, but she is not batting.
She's not batting. That's right. That screwed me up. Okay, so Billingsley's back on for the 3rd inning. Top of the order, Hannah Speed. Here comes pitch number 1. That's on that outside strike zone area that we've got for an 0-1 count. It's a good test for the Lady Cats. It's non-district, so that's good, but need to get some positive vibes going. Next pitch is a little up, brings catcher out of her stance, got a 1-1 count.
We told you in the pregame that Hughes Springs last year was 21-13 and lost to Queen City in by-district, but 2 1-0 games there.
Swing and a miss by Hannah, came low and inside. Again, Billingsley has matched Hannah pitch for pitch so far tonight. Hannah steps back in, puts a hand down, ready to go. 1-2 pitch, or 2-1 pitch. A little outside, now it's 2-2.
This has been a very well-played game.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Mm-hmm. We've had some good defense. Hughes Springs has had the chance to make the plays more than us, but they've made them. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Hannah goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. Billingsley came a little bit up, and she swung just under it. So I've got that for her second strikeout of the game. And that brings up Bailey Blevins with Shaylee Friddle on deck.
Batting next for Sulphur Springs is number 9, Brady.
Left fielder. She singled and scored in the first. We need a repeat there. I think she hit it right up the middle.
Yep.
Swing and a miss on an outside pitch, a little breaking ball. Billingsley back on the rubber. Got the sign. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's another. Get down. Get down. That's down, going to the wall. Blevins is around first, on her way to second. She's got a stand-up double. That was a well-hit ball because that wasn't very far to the left of the left fielder.
Right.
So extra base hit, a double for Blevins. That's a really nice hit. That's the best hit ball of the night.
She's 2 for 2 now in the game. Yep. That'll give her 2 doubles for the season.
So we got Shaylee, or is it Shaylee or Charlie Friddle?
Shaylee is what I have.
Shaylee Friddle. Third baseman, our freshman. There's a ball nearly took the pitcher's head off. It's to the center fielder, and she bobbled it, and they're going to send home Friddle, and she's in. So here we go. That's Lady Cat softball there. Really well hit ball up the middle by Friddle for a single. The throw was low toward the cutoff, so she couldn't attempt to go on the throw, but the result is we got a run. We got a runner at first with 1 out, and we got Baylor Boatman.
Friddle drove in 2 runs with a single in the first and drives in this run now.
Baylor was a little bit late on that one.
So she has Friddle, the freshman, has 3 RBI in the ballgame, and that accounts for all 3 of the Lady Cats' runs.
Yep.
Wow.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and there's a ball hit off in the right field, but it's heading foul. So we got an 0-2 count for Baylor. Friddle has to go back to first. Be interesting to see what kind of speed Friddle has too.
Some noise coming over the
Sounds like
public address
fireworks
system. It sure does.
us. Change up, and she hit her hip, and it didn't make it to the plate, so Baylor didn't have to make a decision on that one. 1-2 is the count. 1 out. Shaylee Friddle on first base with a 3-2 ball game. Lady Cats in front. Oh, she wanted to call that, and that was way outside. I was fixing to complain. We've got a wide strike zone, so we got 2-2 count now. That right, she's going to have to watch that right hand because people pick up on it. She twitched it. Here we go. 2-2's the count. Baylor's in, ready to go. There's a hit. Didn't just a little late. Fouled off to right field again. She's hanging tough. That's two balls she's fought off to the right.
Lady Cats, by the way, going to play at Bullard tomorrow after, or is that's a home game, isn't it? That's a home game tomorrow at 2. I thought it was on the road, but as I look at it again, that's a home game tomorrow at 2.
2-2 count, and Baylor's hanging tough. That ball was down the middle, and she was right on it, just got barely underneath it, fouled it straight back to the screen. Friddle still at first. Infield, or the outfield's not as deep as they don't know Baylor. She's liable to talk to them here. Shortstop's deep, so second as well.
She's not that big.
No. There's another one hit out of play to the right, so that's 4 foul balls so far. She's hanging tough.
But she is powerfully built. And
she is powerful.
She's got a lot of strength in those legs and arms.
Her dad and my oldest son are the same age and grew up, and I had him in baseball. He's a stocky, strong young man too. Here comes the 2-2. There she goes, fouling another one. She's making her throw. That's a great job by Baylor. I think she's a senior this year,
That's right.
So that just shows she's ready to go. She's a battler. She doesn't mind the moment.
She was the regular Lady Cat third baseman last season and moving to catcher so far this season.
And from the freshman replacement, we're not missing anything just yet, and she's doing a good job at catcher. Full count. She twitched that hand again. All right, so now we got an action pitch. We got Friddle's going to get to go on the pitch. Baylor's going to dig in, so if we have something to tweener, we're going to have a score, I believe. Here comes the pitch. There's another. It's out to the right. It's not as far out as they have been, but it did make it to the bullpen. So that's 5 or 6 foul balls.
I was going to say, I have not counted, but
I think that's 6.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So she's hanging tough. One little mistake from Billings, and it may cost them. So everybody's dug in. Here comes the pitch. And there's number 7 foul. She's going to wear her out. They have to have a pitching change.
This is a real battle here.
It is. It is. That's what's nice.
Now, she has not fouled one to the left. Everything's
late as far as the swing. But I think that's kind of her M.O. I think she hits a lot of balls to the right of second base. Everybody in. Here comes the winding pitch, and there's one out to right field, and the right fielder circled under and caught it. So that's the second out of the inning. Really good at bat from Baylor. She made her throw a lot of pitches, and right fielder did a good job. She kind of circled. I thought when it left the bat it might be over her, but it kind of settled. So now we got KK Montgomery, who hit the line drive to the second baseman and was in on a double play in that first one, but hit it hard. So 2 outs, still got the runner at first. A little bit late on that pitch. First one was swing and a miss, strike 1.
Center fielder Sadie Golden plays her a couple of steps over to the right of second base.
Yep. Here comes the 0-1. Took a little off, and it was up high, 1-1 to count. And I don't think the right fielder's got the right depth if she hits it that way.
Left fielder's
off down
the line.
Here we go with a 1-1 pitch. Good eye by KK up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, 1 runner on. 3-2 ball game. Lady Cats in the bottom of 3. I just hope she hits it as hard as she did the first time. It may find a hole. Here comes Billings' pitch. Called strike, looked like it was on the inside part at the letters. It's a good pitch. So now we're leveled off at 2-2.
KK hit a line drive at the second baseman A.T. Perry in the first inning that was then converted into a double play as Baylor Boatman was doubled off at first base. There's another foul ball to the right side by KK Montgomery.
If they're giving away snow cones for foul balls, they've given away a lot of snow cones in this inning.
Mercy. And they've pretty much all been out of play.
Yep.
One or two exceptions.
So here comes another 2-2 pitch. KK's dug in. Ball bounces in, and there goes Friddle, and she didn't get a good jump and got caught. That's too bad. So that Friddle's going to be caught 2 to 6.
Yeah,
2 to 6.
I think it's 2 to 6. Yeah.
For the third out of the inning. That means KK will come back and start the next inning. That's the only bright spot because she was at bat. So we had no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base after the caught stealing. So at the end of 3, we've got a 3-2 count. And we did have a run. I said no runs. We did have a run because we're up 3-2 now.
And we're going to the top of the 4th. This is Lady Cat softball on KSST. And we're going to the top of the 4th inning at Lady Cats Park. The Lady Cats in a back-and-forth game leading 3-2 over the Hughes Springs Mustangs. And once again, here's Tony Flippin.
All right, Wildcats or Lady Cats snuck out a run in the bottom of 3 to go back on top. So now we've got the numbers 8, 9, and 10 for Hughes Springs. Tessa Danley, A.J. Perry, and Katie Daniels. So Hannah Speed is going to come back again. See if she can at least throw a shutdown inning here. We'd like to have a 3 up, 3 down. She got the sign. Here comes the first pitch. Little high. She's had a little bit, she's been up and down a little bit. Again, some of it's for show, some of it's just early season. She'll get the groove. Getting the sign from the dugout. Here comes the 1-0 pitch and hits the batter. So that's going to put Danley on first base. And bring up A.J. Perry, the second baseman. She walked in the first and was stranded. So there's been a lot of base runners. We haven't had the clean inning by anybody yet. So Perry gets in. Here comes the first pitch, a little tall. Baylor bobbles it a little, and there goes the runner to second. Danley was leaning. I don't think she would have gone, but she went on once it was bobbled. She didn't hold up.
We call that a pass ball then.
Yep. So Hughes Springs is putting pressure on the Lady Cat defense so far, and we've held pretty well. Here comes the next pitch, and they bunt it. It's pretty hard. There's a throw to the second baseman covering. It's a good job by Friddle. I was almost afraid she threw that in a little hard and handcuffed it. But that went 5-4 for the first out with Danley going to third. So now we've got Katie Daniels coming up, the number 9 hitter who struck out in the second. And we've got a runner at third.
That is their 4th sacrifice bunt of the game.
Yep. Little tall there. Yeah, they pretty much have proclaimed themselves as, if you get one on first, we're going to small ball you.
They've had one in every inning.
So 1-0 count. Speed's got the sign as she's on the rubber, and here it comes. There's a foul ball off to the right. That was a nice pitch by Hannah. She dug in and had a little extra on that, and Daniels wasn't able to get to it.
Tony, you asked between innings what the classification for Hughes Springs is. They are 3A.
Okay. They're over toward Gilmer. They not a big population, but they get some folks come in from the surrounding areas, so I didn't know what they were. Here comes the next pitch. There's a one off the hands, and it's fouled out of play to the right. And Hannah's ahead 1-2 on Katie Daniels, the left fielder.
And they brought quite a few people here tonight. I'm sure they're most of them parents, but they made the trip.
There was a bunch of JVers.
A lot of the parents were here for the JV game. Yeah,
but they've hooked them. They went and ate. There's the next pitch, a little bit down. Baylor did a good job of keeping that one because it looks like Danley, all she wants is an excuse to run. So we got to make sure we block the pitch and go. So we should be at 2-2. Runner at third, one out. Strikeout would look really nice right here. Down just a little.
Just missed.
So we got, just like the baseball game, we got a whole lot of full count pitches. Number 10 batter in the lineup, leadoff coming up. Hannah's here. Here comes the full count pitch and is inside. Ball 4. So that's the third walk, I think.
I've got her with 4.
Okay, and I'll catch up. So we got timeout, and one of the assistants is going out to talk to Hannah right now. We're going to talk defensive too, because they're probably going to have a play on with running the runner to first. So we'll decide if we're going to throw through or if we're going to just let her have it. If we throw through, you run the risk of that run scoring because Danley looks pretty quick on the bases.
We told you a while ago that the Lady Cats are playing Bullard here tomorrow afternoon at 2. They play Paris Wednesday at 2. And I believe that's because it's going to be spring break next week. So an unusual Wednesday afternoon game. We will not be able to broadcast that one for you. The next broadcast for KSST after tonight will be the baseball Wildcats next Friday night at home against Paris at 7 p.m.
We might ought to verify that one because you never know with spring break if that one has a possibility.
We'll check on it. Baseball Wildcats at Hooks this afternoon at 4:30. I'm sure that game is completed by now.
All right, so we broke up the mob at the mound, and we've got the leadoff hitter squaring around for small ball. The runner goes to second, so that was exactly what was talked about. Let the runner go. So far, when they've been in this position, basically every time they've bunted, so this would be a squeeze, which would have to take a tag, so got to be on our toes. So 1-0 pitch from Hannah. There's a ball hit to second base, and it gets under her glove. One run's in. Here comes the second run, and she's hung. They got a chance. Run at her. So they threw it away at third, and that runner's going to score, and then the leadoff hitter is in at third on the error. So a lot of action on that play. She got a single. She's going to get around to third base because of the error on the pitcher. And both runners score on the base hit. So now we got a 4-3 ball game in favor of Hughes Springs and a runner at third with still only one out.
Wow.
So not much good came of that at bat. We had the runner that ended up at third, or at the second runner out, but we just bobbled it. There's a pop up to left field, and it hits the glove but pops out from Blevins. So we got another run scored, going to make it 5-3, and that's going to be
next is number 13, Madeline
a single. It was not a single, but that's Sulphur. So that's an E7.
She's reached base on errors the last 2 at bats. And it looks like we're switching outfielders here with
KK going to left.
Yeah,
okay.
And Brayley Blevins going to right.
Okay.
Don't know that I've seen that before.
No. She was under the ball. It just hit the heel of her glove a little and popped out. So now we got Madeline Derrick, the catcher, and she turns on one and hits it to left field, and that ball is caught by KK right on the line. I didn't see a signal, fair or foul, but maybe they knew something. Maybe Coach Carrillo knew something because KK really did a job that. So that's an F7 for the second out of the inning. And keeps Sulphur at first base. That could have been a lot of trouble. So here comes Sadie Golden, the center fielder, with 2 outs and a runner on first. We need to get out of this inning. There's a ball slowly hit to second. It's going to have some spin, but we made it good. That's a 4-3 put out for the third out. And we didn't do what we wanted. We gave up 2 runs. How many hits? I got just one hit.
Yeah.
1 error and 1 left on. So a 3-run inning, and Lady Cats have got to regroup here. So we're going to the bottom of the 4th with a 5-3 score. Hughes Springs ahead.
Hit batsman got it started, and we also had a walk, and both of them came in to score.
Both of them scored, yes.
So it is 5-3 Hughes Springs as we go to the bottom of the 4th. This is Lady Cat softball on KSST. Going to the bottom of the 4th with Hughes Springs leading over the Lady Cats 5-3. And KK Montgomery leads it off for Sulphur Springs. Made the nice running catch in left field after having just moved over from right field on the pitch before. So she was in the right place at the right time for sure.
That's you hear it on TV. People make a defensive play and then they lead off the next inning. Well, that's exactly what happened. And she gets a 6-pitch, 6-strike at bat this time too. First pitch is down and away, or down and in. She was at the plate when we had a kind of a bobbled ball, and Friddle got thrown out at second. She had 2 strikes on her, so she gets a clean slate to start here. So not many 6-strike at-bats do you get in a year. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. There's a ball hit up the middle. That's going to go through for a base hit, and that's a good way to start the inning. So a good solid single under the second baseman couldn't quite get to it. That brings up Emerson Thompson, the shortstop, and Abby Goldsmith, first baseman, on deck. Lady Cats need to answer right now. That crooked number in the top of the 4th is not looking very good for Hughes Springs to us. Looks real good to them.
Up next is the number 15 of Emerson Thompson.
Emerson Thompson, 8 for 22 so far this season. That's good for a 364 batting average. Great speed.
Great speed.
Third baseman way in here.
Yep.
And she has made some spectacular plays.
There's a pass ball inside, and it goes, and KK rounds second. Stay there. You've got to rein her in every once in a while.
Claire Robinson, the third baseman for Hughes Springs, has made a couple of just spectacular plays in this game, and they were one after the other. They're in the second inning.
So she's got to stay back a little bit now with the fact that KK can steal. She goes to running up this way. KK will steal at third base. There it goes in the dirt again, and KK's in easily. So 2 pitches, and we got a runner at third with nobody out.
Did you see that as in the dirt?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so that would be a wild pitch.
Yeah, I think both of them have been wild pitches. Again, Abby Goldsmith, the left-hander, on deck. Now the infield is going to come in. They're going to discuss what to do on a sacrifice or if a ball's hit to them, so forth. And that's a sign of a good team. They're going out there without their coach and letting everybody know what they're going to do.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, normally you see the
coach will call them in and they'll be telling them. So, but they may be talking about dates tomorrow night too. So without the coach, you can't ever tell. We're going to give them the benefit.
Or Coach Tisha Thompson may have indicated to them to get out there and have a little chat.
They're kids, so who knows?
Right.
So all of the world is correct for Hughes Springs now. We're fixing to have it where Emerson gets back in with a 2-0 count and KK at third. KK needs to be careful to and not get caught off and give them an out. We need that run. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. There's a strike on the inside corner. She's wound up on third, but she needs to make sure it gets to the back or gets past the catcher or gets in the outfield before she moves. We can't afford getting her doubled. Here comes a 2-1 pitch, setting up outside. There's a pop-up, but it looks like it must be out of play right over us.
Right on the roof. I could hear it hit above us here.
Another snow cone hits the dirt.
Both Lady Cat Park and Wildcat Park have a metal roof over the stands, which is a very nice feature of these parks.
Okay, back on the rubber. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Down and in. Catcher does a good job of keeping that one. KK wanted to come on in. So now we're going to have another one of those full count pitches. We'll see if Emerson can make her throw a strike and then do something with it. There's a huge hole up the middle. If she can just get the bat past the pitcher, she's got all kinds of room. There's one pulled down to third base. That's basically the first one the Lady Cats have pulled, but she got around on that one. And for a diminutive size, she's got some power with that bat. She swings good. She's got good hands, and she puts the barrel on the ball.
I know she had at least one homer last season.
Yep.
Shortstop not quite as pulled over into the hole as she was before.
Here comes the full count pitch, and there it goes, and KK almost got hit. It was barely foul. Good job by KK. She's got to remember and stay in foul territory where if it hits her, it's just a hit. Or hits her, and she got a bruise. If she's in fair territory, she's out.
Thompson stroked that one.
She did. I think she's ready. Going to go back, changing balls for the pitcher. We're going to go back with another full count pitch. Nobody out. 3-2. Bottom of the fourth. Lady Cats leading or trailing by 2. There's a pitch. There's 3 straight. Foul to third base. So she's got her speed on. She's getting the bat around now. We'll see if she can wait and tag one. Struck out into first. Here comes the 3-2. There it is. It's going to go foul. That's 4 straight that she's tagged. She needs a little more speed by the pitcher, and you don't really see that a whole lot. She's getting around on them well. Mm-hmm. And she's not starting her swing like some of the ones from Hughes Springs have. She's just flipping that bat at her.
Billings might tie her in knots if she throws her a changeup.
If she had one, this would be the time to do it. And I think I would risk a walk the way she stroked those 4 balls right now. Everybody's dug in. Here comes full count pitch, and mercy. If that one was in play, we would be talking about a 2-run homer. She tagged that ball. So she is really battling. This is good to see. And Billings is doing a good job throwing strikes. So we're going to see who wins this mano-a-mano. Emerson's back in, ready. Here comes Billings' pitch, and she took some off and she got her. So that was a great pitch by Billings, swinging strike for first out of the inning. I didn't know, but she really hasn't thrown any, but that one's kept the same plane, and she missed it by about 3 feet. So here comes Abby Goldsmith, still just 1 out and KK on third. So we got plenty of time left to get her in. There's a ball kind of nubbed to third base, and there comes, they got out at first, and KK played it perfectly and got in, no chance. So we got a 5-3 put out for Goldsmith for the second out. Now the bases are clear, but KK's in, and we got a 5-4 ball game now. So KK did exactly what she's supposed to. She squared off, broke down, waited for the third baseman to release the ball, and at that point they had no chance to get her with her speed. So good fundamental softball there. So now we got Allison Frazier, the center fielder, up with nobody on, 2 out.
RBI for Abby Goldsmith.
Mm-hmm.
And
she hit that right off the end of the bat. That had some spin. Swing and a miss by Frazier on the first one. That was a nice pitch to put in play.
That'll be the 8th RBI of the season for Goldsmith.
Okay.
Boatman leads the Lady Cats with 13 RBIs.
I would think Boatman and KK would probably be the leaders at the end of the year. A little bit of change up there was just down, so if Billings starts getting confidence in that changeup, we really are going to have to hit the ball early in the count and not give her the chance to throw that with 2 strikes. There's that inside pitch, but it was a good one. 2 strikes, called strike there. So 2 outs, 1-2 count. Allison Frazier. Here comes Billings' next pitch. There's a ball hit toward the center field, and it may I think it dropped. It did. She fell on it, and there's a double. That's a good hustling double by Frazier. It wasn't deep enough for the center fielder to camp under it, and shortstop couldn't get it. And when the center fielder bobbled it, she sat right on top of it. So good hustle by Frazier. She's in scoring position. Brings up Maddie Dixon, the designated hitter, left-hander.
Batting next is the 10.
She hit a pop-up to the third baseman. Or I think she might have done the bunt that got caught for a double play.
No, that was
I've got F5.
L5. I was line drive. She hit the line drive.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She made the really good.
Claire Robinson reaching across her body, moving to her right, made a spectacular stab.
Absolutely. I remember it now. That was the play of the game at the moment because it would still be running.
Frazier, the pattern before, hit a line drive to Robinson's left, and she snagged it and then threw to first base to double off.
There we go. Now you
Abby Goldsmith.
keep me honest. So.
Yeah, but no, your memory is
fading.
Correct, but essentially correct. But what a spectacular play that was on Dixon last time.
It was. Left-handed batter is ready. Here comes the next pitch, and she's running up on it and swung and missed. So she's got some wheels, but she's got an 0-2 count.
That's the Ichiro Suzuki technique there.
Yep. That's something I can't get used to, and I know it's a big part of softball these days, but I see it in college, and man, those girls are so quick. Here comes the next pitch, and she's kind of halfway bunted it foul again. She's not even finishing her swing. All she's trying to do is get it on the ground and say, catch me if you can. And I don't know if they can. If anybody's going to, it might be Robinson the way she's shown so far, but she can't move in because of the runner at second. So it's a good situation for Dixon. Here comes the next pitch. There it is. She got it down, but Robinson got there just a little too hard. So that's a 5-3 for the third out of the inning. So Lady Cats get one run, had 2 hits. I don't believe there was an error, and they left one on base. So at the end of 4 innings, Lady Cats are trailing 5-4 to Hughes Springs.
And this is Lady Cat Softball on KSST. Lady Cat Softball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. And we are going to the top of the 5th inning here with Hughes Springs leading Sulphur Springs 5-4. Really good high school softball game here tonight.
Been a good game. Been exciting. A lot of action.
Springs is number 23, Addison Billing.
Number 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order for Hughes Springs here. The pitcher leading it off, Addison Billings. She is officially 1 for 1. She walked and scored in the second, singled and drove in a run in the third. So she's had a big role in the Mustangs offense. Hannah Speed with the first pitch, and she misses outside for ball 1 to her counterpart, Addison Billings.
Billings has been on both times with a walk and a hit. She's done some action.
She tags this one down the left field line, but well foul. And the count is 1-1.
It looked a whole lot stronger than where it ended up. I think she must have hit it off the end of the bat, but took off like it was a shot, but it was well foul.
Hannah Speed has struck out 3 and walked 4 in the game, giving up a couple of hits, if I'm keeping up with my numbers correct. Now 3 hits.
3 hits.
Yeah, 3 hits.
She hadn't struck anybody out since that 200th.
Billings stands about midway in the batter's box. She's a right-handed batter, and there is a called strike.
That had a little bend to it. That's a nice pitch, and it kind of buckled Billings' legs a little bit.
1-2. Nobody out, nobody on. Hughes Springs leading 5-4. Pitch by Hannah Speed, and she hits it back up the middle off the glove of Speed, second baseman. Presley Smith comes in and punches her out at first base by less than a half set. Or did she know?
She beat it out. The ball had some spin on it, and Smith couldn't get to it quick enough.
I thought I saw the umpire come forward with that right hand.
He came safe.
I misread his sign then, so she beats it out.
She beat it out. She's quick.
But that would have been a spectacular play by Presley Smith.
If it's anywhere to the left of where it was, she makes the play, but it was just enough up the middle. There's small ball again.
They're going to try to put down the bunt with big first baseman Shaylee Johnson, but she fouls it to the third baseline.
And Friddle is backing up. She needs to come in another step or two because as soft as that dirt is right there in front of the plate, those balls are killing it on the bunt.
0-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball, misses high and inside, and it is 1-1. So the infield hit by Addison Billings off the glove of Hannah Speed and then trickled out towards second base. Presley Smith came charging in and nearly caught her at first base.
Yeah, that may have taken just enough of the speed off of it to keep from getting it.
1-1 pitch, and again she shows bunt. There goes the runner, and she slides in head first and safely. The pitch was a strike. And so it's 1-2 now to Shaylee Johnson, but Addison Billings at second base with a stolen base.
Billings is a good ball player. I'd like to know if she's what her classification is because she's a ball player.
1-2 pitch.
There we
and
go.
There's a called strike three on a breaking ball, caught the outside edge.
No, it didn't, but she called it that way.
Well,
let's be honest.
Yeah, I thought again. I would guess that it's maybe a couple of the width of the ball outside.
It's on top of the left-handed batter's box. I mean, it's not a hittable pitch. I don't like it, but we'll take it right now because they've called it on us a couple of times.
And Shaylee Johnson kind of stood there for a second. And
she knew it. I mean, that's the thing. The batter knows the strike zone too, and when you do it that way. I mean, it's one thing to be the width of a ball outside or inside, but it's another thing. That's three balls outside to get to the batter's box, and that's where that one was. And she's been consistent on that all night. So,
what do you think about the automated strike zone that they're flirting with in Major League Baseball, or at least minor league baseball?
They should do it. That's the home plate is stationary, so why not? Line up the knees and the shoulders and go.
First pitch to Tessa Danley, the right fielder, is inside for ball one. Runner at second base. 1 out. Lady Cats trailing by 1, 5-4. Next pitch swung on and missed. Now there's a throw down to second base.
Was close. That's a nice shot.
Baylor Boatman to second baseman Presley Smith, and that was close.
Yep. That was nice. Danley didn't think anything about that, and Baylor never hesitated, and she's got an arm. That's going to be a weapon this season, I believe.
Danley had a sacrifice bunt, one of their 4, in the second inning, leading to a run, and then hit by a pitch and came around to score in the 4th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch by Speed, up and in, caused her to turn that shoulder in. But it's a ball.
I don't think she'll try to sacrifice here with 1 out, but she very well could bunt one because Frazier's got to play, or Friddle's got to play way deep with the runner at third or at second.
Friddle just about even with the back. She creeps in just a little bit on the pitch, and there's a call strike.
Thank you.
Again, the outside strike called by the home plate umpire.
She wants consistency, and she has been consistent. So,
Speed into the wide and the pitch, and foul back into the screen, and the count holds at 2-2. Danley, number 7 hitter in the batting order. She is a right-handed batter. Do they have any left-handed batters in the?
They have one, or no, we've got 2. We've got 2.
Yeah, we have. We do. Have Abby Goldsmith.
And one other one.
Is it Maddie Dixon?
Maybe.
Speed, the 2-2 pitch. Foul back into the screen again.
Took a little off of that one, and she just fought it off. So
these hitters on both sides have made the pitchers work tonight.
They have. They've thrown. It'd be nice to have a pitch count clock out here like we do in baseball, but they've thrown a lot. But pitchers, that's normal in softball.
2-2. There's one outside. She did not call that one a strike.
And that's, again, that's where I say, if you're going to call it on strike 1 or strike 2. Do not call somebody out on that pitch. I don't like it to start with, but I'm not going to hang somebody up on it.
3-2 pitch.
That's it.
There's a fastball up around the belt, or so I would say the letters, but that would not be a strike. But slightly high, but a called third strike there for Hannah Speed. That's her second strikeout in a row. That gives her 5 strikeouts in the game by my calculation.
I'm with you. We're either both good or both wrong. I'd like to see a 3-strikeout inning and not have to have this defense have to make a play here.
Runner at second base with 2 out, and the first pitch here to A.T. Perry is high for ball 1. Perry walked in the second inning, sacrifice bunt in the 4th inning. Center fielder Allison Frazier shades her to the right, several steps over into right center field. Next pitch, I was looking down, Tony.
It was another ball, 2-0.
That's what I thought. That's what
Billings
I thought.
is taking a lead off second, but she's getting back. She knows Boatman's there now. Hadn't had to be down.
Pitch called the ball, and so that will go to 3-0, will it not? Scoreboard's a little slow
here.
here.
They're a little down, but it's 3-0. So a big challenge here for Hannah Speed. We don't want to put them on.
Runner at second, 2 out. She shows bunt.
Down again.
And the pitch was down. She took off running almost before the pitch had crossed the plate, but the home plate umpire went along with her, said that was ball 4.
Yep.
So we have runners at first and second with 2 out. And now Katie Daniel, the left fielder and the number 9 player in the batting order, comes up for Hughes Springs.
That puts a runner on the base, but it also gives us a force at any bag needing just one to get out, so it could help us.
Hannah Speed in there with a ball on a fast ball up somewhat in the zone, and count is 1-0 to Katie Daniel. She struck out swinging in the second, walked, stole a base, and scored in the 4th inning when Hughes Springs scored 3 runs to take the lead. Next pitch, she sends foul down the right field line, well out of play. And the count is 1-1 to Katie Daniels, the left fielder.
Blevins had a shot. She gave it a good effort, but it was just too close to the fence.
Addison Billings led off the inning with a single and then stole second. Then the next 2 hitters struck out. Then A.T. Perry walked, and that's where we stand now. Runners at first and second, 2 out. Hughes Springs leading 5-4. Top of the 5th. 1-1 pitch by Speed. Inside for a ball. Flinched, did the batter Katie Daniels, but did not swing.
I think I'd have rung that one up. It looked like a pretty good pitch. She's way in on the plate.
As a lot of you know, Tony was an umpire for many years, and so
can't get it out of my system.
It's an education listening to him.
There's the zone that stayed there all night.
Called strike.
2-2.
2-2 count with 2 out. Runners at first and second. Top of the 5th. Hughes Springs clinging to a 1-run lead. Hannah Speed into the wind, and here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and she struck out the side.
That's what we needed right there. Great job by Hannah. 6
strikeouts now in the game by the sophomore Hannah Speed, and we go to the bottom of the 5th with Hughes Springs leading the Lady Cats 5-4. This is Lady Cats softball on KSST. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Lady Cats trailing Hughes Springs 5-4. Top of the order for Sulphur Springs, Hannah Speed, the pitcher. Braylee Blevins, now the right fielder. And Shaylee Friddle, the third baseman, the freshman third baseman, who has been fantastic for Sulphur Springs. She has 2 singles and 3 RBIs so far in the game.
And scored. No, she hasn't scored yet. She's just knocked them all around and in. Great ball game, good action. This is what softball does. Baseball's got its own spot, but it's not as quick as this.
Yep.
And, you got baseball fans, you got softball fans. We're Wildcat fans, so it's a good spot out here.
If you were at Wildcat Park Wednesday night, you saw the Wildcats win 11-7 over North Lamar. Total of 28 walks in that game between the 2 teams. Here's a called strike to Hannah Speed, 0-1. 16 walks allowed by North Lamar and 12 walks allowed by the Wildcats. The game lasted more than 3 hours.
Yep.
5-4, Lady Cats down by 1. Here's a foul ball down the right side. The second baseman over.
Fair ball.
And cannot make the play. And Hannah Speed will be in at second with a double. She kind of tripped going over the bag there.
I'm waiting to see if she's going to get up or if she tweaked anything. That was right on the line. Second baseman made the best play on it, but she just kind of like our left fielder earlier, just couldn't quite rein it in. So that's going to go as a double.
And again, we have a pinch runner here for Hannah Speed.
And
Emily.
She's limping a little bit, but she's now jogging it off a little. She fell awkwardly and had to come back. If they'd have had a throw to her, it might have been interesting. Here comes the coach. They're not going to let them talk about dating this go around.
Talk about wedding gifts this time. Emily Adamson out there to run for Hannah Speed at second base. The second baseman for Hughes Springs, A.T. Perry, going to her left and nearly made that play right on the line.
Yeah, it's a great effort.
Now, it's totally where the ball lands.
It's where the ball is when it's touched. So
when it's touched.
Home plate umpire has to get square on that line, and she's got to make a difference. She's going to yell if it's foul, and she's going to point and not say anything if it's fair. She pointed immediately.
If she touched it in fair territory, but it fell into foul territory,
makes no difference.
It would be a fair ball.
Yeah, where the contact is, either on the ground or the glove. You can be standing in foul territory and reach over in fair, and it's a fair ball.
So the glove is just like the field.
Yep.
Essentially. If it hits the glove, it's the same as if it hit the grass.
When it touches either or, it's its position in relation to the line.
Braylee Blevins swings at the first pitch and fouls it into the net behind home plate. Blevins 2 for 2. Singled and scored in the first, doubled and scored in the third. And she swings at this one, pops it up into short center field, and the second baseman going out. And did she make the play?
She made it. F4 made the play. I thought center fielder was going to run in and knock it out of her glove. They collided, but second baseman Perry held on to it and had a good grip. No advance at second, so we still got the runner at second.
Sadie Golden, the center fielder, came charging in. Might have been an easier play for her.
I don't know. She was running hard.
A.T. Perry was going back and made the play in short center field. So runner at second base, one out. And Shaylee Friddle pops up, and the first baseman comes in to make the play in foul territory, Shaylee Johnson.
Bad luck there. Stayed in play for Baylor.
Friddle had been 2 for 2.
No, that was Friddle. Yeah, I'm sorry.
3 RBIs.
Here comes Baylor.
So 2 out, runner at second. Hannah Speed led off with that double down the right field line. Just fell in.
But we got a senior up here. Let's see if she can deliver.
Baylor Boatman with 2 out. Last time up, she hit about 8 foul balls.
Yep, she started right where she left off.
She fouls this one off to the right side, and it hits on the roof. 5-4, Hughes Springs. Bottom of the 5th. Runner at second base, that's Emily Adamson, the courtesy runner for Hannah Speed. 2 out.
Ball inside.
Baylor Boatman taking a ball. Boatman hit by the pitch in the first inning. Flew out to right in the third. Boatman leads the Lady Cats with 13 RBIs. Right-handed batter stands near the front of the batter's box. She hits this one sharply to left field. I don't believe the runner will be able to score, but they're going to send her.
Yep.
And here comes the throw, and she is out by about 2 or 3 steps.
Yep, I knew they'd try her. So Boatman gets a single. That one was just hit too hard. She ended up at first. We had the third out up here at home. That was going to be a 7-2.
Left fielder Katie Daniels with the throw to Madeline Derrick.
Yep.
And they had Emily Adamson dead to rights at home plate. So that's the end of the 5th inning. No score in that inning for the Lady Cats despite 2 base hits. And we go to the top of the 6th. And it's 5-4 Hughes Springs. This Lady Cats softball on KSST. Lady Cats softball on KSST. Getting late here. It's the top of the 6th inning. Lady Cats down by a run to Hughes Springs, 5-4.
Kind of an unusual situation.
Well, we have seen some blowouts here.
Yep.
With the Lady Cats, but Hughes Springs is not the kind of team going to get blown out.
No, they're going to do well if they're 3A D2. They're going to do well. keep an eye on them for the year.
For Hughes Springs is the 4 of Claire Robinson.
Leadoff hitter Claire Robinson coming up for Hughes Springs. And she is 2 for 3 in the game. And a speed, the first pitch. This one hit foul down the right side. And
They couldn't get to it.
Right fielder Brayley Blevins giving chase, but not going to be able to make the play.
No, it was long. It would have been easier for a second baseman to catch that one.
Robinson's hit a sharp single to start the ball game, but was stranded at second base. She flew out to left field in the second. She singled and drove in a run, and then later came in to score in the fourth inning. Right-handed batter stands up near the front of the batter's box. 0-1 pitch by Hannah Speed. That one is up high for a ball. She took something off of it.
Yep, she hadn't got the control for that changeup just yet.
Center fielder Allison Frazier shades the hitter several steps over into right center field. Here's another pitch up high for a ball, and it's off the mitt of Baylor Boatman back to the screen. So it is 2-1 here to Claire Robinson.
She's struggling a little bit with her release point there, hanging on to it just a hair.
2-1 pitch. Hit hard to the right side and past the second baseman, Presley Smith, who made a diving attempt to make the play, but it's into right field for a base hit for Claire Robinson, who is 3 for 4 now in the ballgame.
Yep. She's the consummate leadoff hitter. Get on base.
Runner at first, nobody out. Mustangs leading 5-4 in the top of the sixth inning. Of course, we play 7 innings in girls softball.
And Sulphur coming up. She's scored 1, and she's been around and active the whole game.
She had a sacrifice bunt in the first, reached base on an error and scored in the third, reached base on an error in the fourth inning. Runner bluffing at first base. The pitch is the ball inside.
Kind of surprised they didn't square with her speed. Even a sacrifice is dangerous. Frittles wasn't in too much and wasn't charging, but I would be watching for that. They played small ball 4 different times. There it is,
There's
and it
the
just dies.
And Boatman going to make the play, and she throws it past the first baseman down the right field line. The runner to third. Here is a play at first base for the putout, but the runner going to come around to score.
Yep, they did what they could, but that's a great job from Blevins backing up the throw, and she threw it down there, and they got the run down, and they weren't going to get the runner that was at first taking off Robinson. So that's going to be
we're going to call that E2. Bite in front of the plate to throw to first.
Yep, that's got to be an E2. And then I can't tell you how many people touched it to get it out.
I'm not sure.
We're just going to say 1 out.
They got
the runner. She threw it a little to the right, and first baseman, she's holding her hand. She couldn't get it out of her, get the ball before it got there. So this is Madeline Derrick up.
Yeah, the catcher, third player in the batting order. She struck out looking first pitch, or actually we have a 1-1 count. We've been discussing the previous play so much.
We did miss one.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Derrick struck out in the first, sacrifice bunt in the third, flew out to left field. Nice running catch by K.K. Montgomery in the fourth inning. 1 out, nobody on or run across, however, for Hughes Springs, and they lead at 6-4. Pitch high for a ball, 2-2.
Yeah, we can't give up any more damage. 2 runs with only 2 at-bats left against a good pitcher. That's enough of a deficit.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch outside. That's the 7th strikeout as we have it for Hannah Speed.
The one of Sadie Golden.
So 2 out and nobody on, and Sadie Golden, the center fielder, coming up. On that wild play a few moments ago, Annie Stonesifer, who had attempted to put down a sacrifice bunt and did, but the ball was thrown past first base. Then she went around first as Robinson was coming in to score, and the Lady Cats caught her between bases. First pitch hit foul down the right field line here by Sadie Golden, just slapping at the ball. And it's 0-1. Golden 0 for 3 in the game. She struck out in the first, flew out to center field in the third, and grounded out to second base in the fourth inning. 6-4. Hughes Springs with the lead here. Lady Cats jumped out to a 2-0 lead in this game. Right-handed batter. Waving the head of the bat, and the pitch, a fastball down for a ball. So it's 1-1 to Sadie Golden. She is the cleanup hitter. Crouching stance. There's a call strike on the outside edge, and I think that one did catch the edge of the plate.
I'd keep it right there.
Center fielder Allison Frazier shades her several steps over into right center field. KK Montgomery well off the line and left. This ball is slapped back into the net behind home plate, and the count holds at 1-2.
Levins is way over toward the line in right because a lot of them, and there's been a lot of action foul ball wise, so she may be poised to see if she can pull one of those in.
Pretty good gap there in right center field, even though the center fielder Frazier is shaded over to right center. Here's a pitch high for a ball. It's 2-2.
2 outs. We need to get this one, get back in, and put those bats around and see if you can warm them up.
Infield at normal depth all the way around. Shaylee Friddle even with the bag at third. 2-2. This is hit to the left side. And making the play, Emerson Thompson charging and making the play over to Abby Goldsmith at first base to end the inning. But Hughes Springs gets a run on a base hit. There's an error that is critical in the inning that allows Robinson to come around and score. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning with Hughes Springs leading Sulphur Springs 6-4. And this is Lady Cats softball on KSST. Going to the bottom of the 6th inning, Lady Cats in need of a rally either this inning or next inning. Trailing 6-4 to the Hughes Springs Mustangs.
I prefer 3 runs this inning.
KK Montgomery leading it off for Sulphur Springs. Number 5 hitter in the batting order. She'll be followed by Emerson Thompson and Abby Goldsmith. KK Montgomery hit into a double play, but it was a line drive to the second baseman in the first inning. Then she singled and scored in the 4th inning. Here's the first pitch, and it's in for ball 1. Montgomery, 9 for 22 coming into the game for a .409 batting average with 4 doubles, a homer, and 4 RBI. Right-handed batter. Rather tall young lady, and pitch is high for a ball. Back to the screen it goes. And the count is 2-0. I wish we did have heights on these girls, but you rarely get that in high school sports these days.
Sometimes the ladies aren't wanting their heights put out there. They're either too tall or too short.
And the pitch, there's a call strike on the inside edge, and it's 2-1. Third baseman who we have been very impressed by tonight, Claire Robinson. Also, she's done a great job at the plate. She's in 2 or 3 steps there at third base.
She doesn't want to come too close if KK turns.
Pitch way up high for a ball. And the count goes to 3-1 here on KK Montgomery. Lady Cats need a rally.
I've only got 3 walks by Blevins. I don't know if that's what you got.
I'll check. I think that's right. 3-1 and hit hard but foul out of play down the right field line. Let's see, 1, 2. 1, 2. I think I'm missing 1. I think I've just got 2, Tony.
That's right. I called the hit batter.
That's right.
So I owe him 1.
She has struck out 3.
Yep. And walked 2.
3-2 pitch. And she tomahawks that one, but fouls it back into the net. Pitch up high around the shoulders.
Yeah, good job of protecting the plate, though. I don't think she would have called that. They haven't been calling high strikes.
No.
But that's what you're supposed to do with 2 strikes is anything close, don't let them call it. Hack at it.
Sadie Golden shading over into right center field. The center fielder, the left fielder playing well off, and there's a call, strike 3.
That hurt.
That is the 4th strikeout as we have it for Addison Billings, who has more than been a match for Hannah Speed here tonight so far.
Both pitchers pretty well mirrored each other. We just haven't put as many balls in play as Hughes Springs has.
Emerson Thompson coming up for Sulphur Springs with terrific speed.
Yes, I'd like to see her put the ball in play, and let's get those wheels rolling.
She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. She stands near the front of the batter's box, a crouching stance, and the first pitch way up high, a fastball for ball 1. Emerson Thompson, 350 hitter, 7 for 20, coming in with 3 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run.
Didn't she hit about 4 or 5 fouls swinging early last time?
Yeah. And the pitch. There's a call, strike up high, and appeared to be off the plate.
Yep, but it was in the zone.
Abby Goldsmith, the first baseman on deck for Sulphur Springs, and a left-handed batter. Now the center fielder, Sadie Golden, playing over into left center, and here's a ball hit well down the left field line, but foul by a long distance.
She's hit several over there, foul balls, and she's hit them well.
Sulphur Springs coming into the game 12-2. Excellent start to the season. They lost to Farmersville yesterday, 2-0. And they're playing Bullard tomorrow afternoon. That'll probably be tough competition for the Lady Cats.
Should be.
2 o'clock start for that game. We won't be able to broadcast that for you on KSST. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and hit foul into the net.
Hanging tough.
And the count holds at 1-2. Lady Cats down 6-4. Sulphur Springs got off to the lead in this game, but Hughes Springs came back to tie it. In the top of the 3rd inning, Sulphur Springs regained the lead in the bottom of the 3rd. There's a call, strike 3 on a changeup. And she has struck out the first 2 batters here in the 6th inning. And now I've got her with 5 strikeouts in the game.
That's where I'm at. That's just, again, that's just not a strikeout pitch. That's a 3-0 strike. Can't fault them at all right there. It's hard to tell them to swing at a ball that's 8 inches outside.
Pitch to Abby Goldsmith, the left-handed batter. She swings and fouls it back into the net, so it's 0-1. I do think Emerson was fooled by the pitch, though, that changeup. She kind of flinched there. And
but you got to know it's going outside.
Goldsmith with the open stance, foot pointed toward first base. 0-1 pitch is fastball off the plate. And it is 1-1. It'd be interesting to see if the home plate umpire calls those outside strikes for the left-handed batters.
She hasn't done that all night. It's strictly been on the inside.
1-1 and a check swing. Not sure if that was a call strike or a check swing strike.
I think that was a call strike on that one.
1-2 to Abby Goldsmith. Goldsmith 7 for 19 coming into the game for a .368 batting average. A home run and 7 RBIs. Infield is back for her. She swings and fouls this one to the left side, out of play.
Good cut at that one with 2 strikes.
Center fielder Sadie Golden playing her pretty much straight up the middle, maybe a step over into right center. Left fielder Katie Daniels well off the line. Tessa Danley straight away and right.
Their shortstop and second baseman play so deep.
They are
better
back.
Charge. There's turned on that one, but it was off fist.
Goldsmith pops it up into short right field, and coming on to make the catch, Tessa Danley. So the Lady Cats down 1-2-3 in the 6th inning. They are leaving it to the bottom of the 7th, and we go to the 7th inning with Hughes Springs leading 6-4. This is Lady Cat softball on KSST. Lady Cat softball on KSST. We have come to the 7th inning here at Lady Cat Park, with Hughes Springs leading 6-4. Big 3-run 4th inning did most of the damage for Hughes Springs.
Is number 23,
Their crooked number is bigger than our crooked number. It's been pretty even other than that, so we can't afford to give them anything. So Hannah needs to dig deep.
Addison Billings, her counterpart, as the pitcher. First pitch, she pops it up, and oh dear, Baylor Boatman, the catcher, cannot bring that one in. That's a tough play, though,
Yeah,
right
is.
over your head.
Yep. Had to back up a little, and it hit off of the heel of her glove. That's a tough play.
For any catcher.
Yep. Would have been nice to get Billings out because she's been a thorn in our side all night.
She is 2 for 2 with a walk and a run scored, and she has driven in a run. Swings at the next pitch and fouls this one back, and it is 0-2. Yeah. Speed into the wind, and the pitch is up high for a ball. 1-2. Shaylee Johnson, the first baseman, is next, followed by Tessa Danley, the right fielder. Lady Cats in the infield, playing just behind the baseline. And here's a pitch that misses just outside. Looks like might have been a changeup.
Little low, but she's staying out there in the zone. She's trying to get that umpire to help her out. But the batter's right on the plate, too.
2-2 pitch. Wow, must have missed low.
Yep.
Over the plate, but low. 3-2.
Again, too many of these 3-2 pitches tonight.
Addison Billings, the pitcher, right-handed batter. And the pitch is fouled back onto the roof, and the count holds at 3-2. Wow. Allison Frazier, couple of steps over into right center field. KK Montgomery well off the line in left, and the right fielder Brayley Blevins guarding the line in right, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3.
That was a good pitch, and we finally kept her off of the base.
8 strikeouts now for Hannah Speed in the game. Shaylee Johnson will be the hitter, the big first baseman for Hughes Springs. She walked in the second, flew out to right in the third, and struck out in the fifth. Right-handed batter. Pitch up high for a ball. We talk about heights. I'm guessing Shaylee Johnson is 6 feet or more.
She's pretty close. She's a big girl. I would be very protective if I was playing third base.
Shaylee Friddle, the freshman, is playing behind the bag right now with nobody on base. She creeps in slightly as the pitch is made.
And I think she's got a mask on now, doesn't she? I think I see one.
I'll get my binoculars here. It's a 2-0 count now, too.
Yep. Pretty sure she's got one on now. She didn't have one earlier.
Yep. And there's a fastball inside for ball 3. It is astonishing to watch girls softball and see how close those third basemen will creep in at times. I mean, sometimes halfway down the line.
And charging. Let her
3-0 pitch
swing.
Popped up into center field, and coming over to make the play, Allison Frazier. 2 out.
That was a gift there because 3-0, they're confident that they're not going to give up another run.
Up next is the 10 of Tessa Danley.
Tessa Danley, the right fielder. 2 out, nobody on.
Of course, she's got power to hit it out of here, too, so she may have thought she was going to get a gimme pitch.
Yep. Danley, a sacrifice bunt in the second inning. Here's the first pitch. Down for a ball. She was hit by a pitch and came around to score in the fourth inning. That was their big inning.
Yep.
And then struck out looking in the fifth. Pitch by Speed, high for a ball. 2-0. The run that hurts right now is that run in the sixth where they were putting down the sacrifice bunt, and we threw the ball past first base, and the runner came all the way around to score.
Yep, that's exactly right. We'd be sitting there with a 1-run deficit.
Pitch outside and down for ball 3. 3-0 the count to Tessa Danley. Center fielder Allison Frazier shading her into right center field. Fastball way in. Boy, they had a lot of zip on that one. And Danley turned her shoulder in, but it was called ball 4, and so she has walked. We have that as the 5th walk allowed by Hannah Speed tonight. That's
I keep forgetting to.
More than you would expect from her.
Yeah, she struggled with her control a little bit tonight.
So runner at first and 2 out, and now here comes Shaylee Friddle, the third baseman, charging in. And the first pitch is a called strike to A.T. Perry.
I don't think she's going to bunt, but they may be trying to see if they can force the issue and get a stolen base out of it and move that runner into scoring position.
Pitch way up high for a ball, and Baylor Boatman fires it down to Abby Goldsmith at first base, and diving back in is Tessa Donnelly. 1-1 the count.
We got Blevins backing up naturally over there. She's staying against the line.
There's a call strike on the outside edge. 1-2 the count. I have Hughes Springs with 4 base hits in the game tonight. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and hit foul down the right side, well out of play.
Yep, didn't reach Blevins. I've got 5, but I may be.
Okay, we'll check it again.
Yep. It's been quick action, and it's where baseball gives you a little time. This is quick. It's kind of like basketball. Sometimes It's hard to do the book and talk.
Yep. That's so true. Second baseman Presley Smith well over toward the right field line. And a big hole up the middle now. She swings at the next pitch and hits it foul. Back to the net. The count remains at 1-2. They give her a lot of room up the middle here. Katie Daniels, the left fielder, and the number 9 hitter in the batting order is on deck. 1-2 pitch. And there goes the runner to second base, and there will be no throw. Pitch was inside.
That's strike 3.
In your opinion?
Yep. And what hurts now is a dinger gets a run in.
Right. That inside pitch would have been tough for Baylor Boatman to make the throw down there.
Yep.
And I don't think anybody had gone to cover. 2-2. And this is hit at the shortstop, and a beautiful play there by Emerson Thompson. Did she catch? She caught that.
She caught it. That's just a line drive.
I wasn't sure if she caught it
she wasn't either,
or took it off the ground, and then it looked like she tagged the runner.
She was looking at it because
Tessa
she wasn't sure either. It was a great play though.
Fantastic play by Emerson Thompson, the Lady Cat shortstop, to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning with Hughes Springs leading Sulphur Springs 6-4. This is Lady Cat softball on KSST. Lady Cat softball on KSST. Lady Cats need a rally here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Trailing 6-4 to the Hughes Springs Mustangs. And it's Allison Frazier, Maddie Dixon, and Hannah Speed, 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order for the Lady Cats. Facing a very good pitcher here, Addison Billings for Hughes Springs. And the first pitch is a fastball in there just above the belt for a strike to Allison Frazier. She hit into a double play, a terrific play by the third baseman, Claire Robinson, catching a line drive and then doubling the runner off at first base. And then doubled. It was a what would we say, a double that was legged out by Allison Frazier.
Hustle double.
1-1 the count to Allison Frazier now. Right-handed batter. And there's a called strike on the inside part of the plate. Count goes to 1-2.
Fans are getting a little restless because those are looking really good and they're not getting the call.
1-2 pitch coming from Addison Billings. And a swing and a miss.
Foul
for strike
tip.
3. Foul tip, right.
Caught, first out.
I have that as 5 strikeouts now for Addison Billings in the game. Maddie Dixon, the designated player for Sulphur Springs, coming up. She is 0 for 2. She was put out on that sensational play by the third baseman Claire Robinson, moving to her right on a line drive back in the second inning, and then grounded out to third base in the fourth inning. 1 out, nobody on. Lady Cats down by 2. Again, she slaps at it. She has that Ichiro Suzuki technique there, running up in the batter's box and sends it foul down the left field line, 0-1.
That one nearly worked out because she got it over the third baseman who was charging in. But she's got to really keep it on that line, or the shortstop. She looks like a very good athlete as well. Hughes Springs got a really nice ball club.
Dixon was 4 for 10, or a 400 batting average coming into the game. Left-handed batter, stands near the back of the box. And again, she runs up in the box and takes a ball low. And it's 1-1. Top of the order, Hannah Speed is up next for Sulphur Springs.
And this is again where if you're going to slap it as close as Robinson is at third.
Ball slapped foul outside the third baseline. Robinson about 12 feet down the line in front of the bag there at third base.
And she's shown good range to both the left and the right. She's made good plays on both sides of her body too. She's what you want in a third baseman.
1-2 pitch. Running up, and she takes a called third strike. Caught the outside part of the plate. First 2 batters here in the bottom of the 7th inning have struck out for Sulphur Springs, and the Lady Cats are down to their final out. Trailing 6-4, Hannah Speed, the pitcher and the leadoff hitter, coming up.
And we've got the firepower with the top of the order. There
First
we
pitch
go.
hit hard at the shortstop. She knocks it down to throw to first. And Speed safe as the first baseman, Shaylee Johnson, can't dig it out of the dirt. I'm going to call that an infield hit.
That's what I'm going to call it. That ball was stung. Hannah did a great job, and she hustled down the line, too.
Sulphur did a good job of just knocking the ball down, keeping it in front of her. And she made the throw over to first base. In the dirt, Shaylee Johnson couldn't quite dig it out. So the Lady Cats have a runner at first, down by 2 with 2 out, and Braylee Blevins is the hitter. Swung on and missed. First pitch, a fastball, and the count 0-1. Blevins singled and scored in the first, doubled and scored in the third. Popped out to the second baseman in the 5th inning. And she swings at this one and hits it foul over toward the Lady Cat dugout on the third baseline.
We can't take any chances with Speed over there at first base. That run means nothing with 2 out, 2-run deficit.
Blevins was 3 for 12 coming into the game, but she has 2 hits and 2 runs scored here tonight. Batting second in the batting order, right-handed batter about midway in the batter's box with a crouching stance. Center fielder Sadie Golden shades her over into right center field. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Addison Billings strikes out the side in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Hughes Springs wins this game 6-4 over the Lady Cats.
Thank you for coming out.
And Lady Cats softball continues after this on KSST.
Have a good night, and we'll see y'all next time.
Lady Cats softball on KSST, and the Lady Cats lose to a very good 3A Hughes Springs team here tonight. 6-4 is the final. And I'm very impressed by Hughes Springs.
I am too. They just put the ball in play more than we did. We had a couple of errors. I don't have them with any errors unless I missed one. And they put the ball in play a little bit more, and very even on the pitchers. If anything, I think Billings got the better of Hannah, but it was by just a shadow.
So for the Lady Cats here, let's look across their line batting-wise. I know that Braylee Blevins had a good night. Started out with a single and scored in the first, and doubled and scored in the third. She ends up 2 for 4. Hannah Speed, 2 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. The freshman Shaylee Friddle, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs in the game, Tony.
Yep.
And that, I think, is the most impressive offensive numbers individually for the Lady Cats here tonight.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of activity with the bottom half of the order.
Addison Billings, the pitcher for Hughes Springs, gives up 8 hits in the game. She walks 2, and Tony did not walk a batter after, let's see, I don't believe she walked a batter after the second inning. And that's impressive.
Yep.
And she ends up striking out 8, and she strikes out the side to end the game. Hannah Speed for the Lady Cats goes the distance. She gives up 6 hits. She walks 5 and strikes out 8 in the ball game. And we're really impressed by the Hughes Springs third baseman, who made 2 or 3 sensational defensive plays, and at bat she goes 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. So that was a great showing tonight for the.
And she made 2 spectacular plays in the same inning when the Lady Cats were actually putting the bat on the ball, and there could have been a completely different story except for those 2 magnificent plays. And both third basemen were the stars of the game.
That was the second inning when she made those 2 plays back to back.
Back to back.
And she snagged a line drive and threw to first base for a double play, doubling off Abby Goldsmith. And then caught that line drive that looked like it was going to go down the third baseline by Maddie Dixon, but she reached across her body and snared it with tremendous quick reaction there. And,
I thought that one had triple written all over it.
Absolutely. So Lady Cats lose this one 6-4, and they are right back out here tomorrow afternoon at 2 against Bullard. It'll be a short night for the Lady Cats, but 2 o'clock start against Bullard tomorrow. We will not be able to broadcast that game, nor the game next Wednesday at 2, which will be a district game against Paris. So 2 more opportunities to see the Lady Cats coming up here in the days ahead. Sulphur Springs will go to 12-3 for the season. And Hughes Springs, as best we know, is 8-3, although we know there have been some games that have not been reported to Max Prep, so that is probably not an accurate record for them. But their record is a good record. We know that, and we know they're at least 8-3. And they had beaten Hawkins 14-0 on Monday of this week. So really impressive showing by Hughes Springs, which was 21-13 last year and went to the playoffs. So. A good program. So, Lady Cat softball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. We say thanks to Matt Jansen, our technical director and video producer, James Terry, our producer of the KSST studio, Tony Flippin with the great job of color and play-by-play here this evening. It's a 6-4 win for the Hughes Springs Mustangs over the Lady Cats of Sulphur Springs. I'm John Mark Dempsey, and we say good night from Lady Cats Park.